Hey, 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 welcome to another episode of Champagne and Cigars. I'm Candy, the sweet that speaks.
I'm Tanara. I'm bringing the fire and ice. I'll make you think twice.
I'm Joe, a little bit of business, a little bit of class, and a whole lot of sass.
Today's show is titled, Let's Talk About Sex, Baby. And today we're going to be discussing some sex topics.
Okay, y'all, so before we get started, I have a little icebreaker that I want to do. We're going to play a quick game. I'm going to ask you both 3 questions. They don't know what the questions are, only I do, and you guys are going to answer them. So how about we all take a sip real quick, and then let's jump into it. Okay, so the first question, I'm going to give y'all like 30 seconds to think of the answer. Okay. Name one song that describes you in bed. Okay.
Girl, the first song that came to my mind is crazy.
Go.
Pretty Ricky. Is it Pretty Ricky? Get You Wet?
I sing it.
Yeah.
Is that the right song?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Is it Pretty Ricky?
That's what.
Yeah,
That's how you would describe yourself.
That's how it came to mind.
Okay.
You said that will describe you sexually?
That describes you during sex.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Candy.
I don't even know if this the name of the song, but it's actually an old school song. And like Tanara, it's the first thing that came to my mind.
Okay.
And it's that song Juicy.
Wait, Juicy Baby.
Fruit.
Yeah, that was hey.
Okay, those are good picks. Okay, so the second question is, name one TV show, I'll even give y'all movies, that currently describes your sex life.
That currently describes my sex life. It could be a sitcom, a movie, or a...
Yeah, we're just, yeah. That's hard.
Yeah.
If I was answering, mine was going to be Toy Story.
I was
Because
gonna
you use toys.
Yeah.
Right.
If I picked a show, I guess it would be This Is Us.
This Is Us. Okay.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
This Is
a good
Us.
one.
This Is Us.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, Tanara.
Yikes. It's on me.
Come on.
I would say
10.
9.
8.
Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday. Okay. Come on then, T. Okay, last question. What would your porn star name be and why?
Mine would be T Nasty.
Ooh, T Nasty. Tell us why.
I don't know, because my name is
T.
Tanara.
And you kind of nasty.
And I'm a little
I fuck with
nasty.
it. Okay.
I would say
Candy the cat. Spicy.
Sweet Tricks.
Sweet
Oh.
trick. Oh, it's because she cut them tricks.
Cut them tricks with that sweetness.
Okay. Well, those are all the questions I have for y'all. We can just
Good.
hop right into it. So Candy.
Okay, that was a fun game. So let's get with some conversation.
Let's do it.
Tanara, do you think friends with benefits can remain just friends after one person have entered into a relationship?
Like one person goes and be in a relationship? I think it's possible.
You know?
Yeah. Like especially if you have the understanding
Of what it is.
of what it is. I think it's possible.
So do you think that sometimes people may say that in the beginning, but then like their actions
They catch feelings.
Right. They catch
show
feelings,
otherwise?
Yeah. But that's why you need to communicate if that is the case.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think it's possible.
And then
Me
another thing,
personally.
I think friends should stay in their friend zone
Right.
and not even
And
cross
over
that.
into
Yes.
it. I agree.
Because that's just a fine line that I don't
Yes.
even know if I would want to cross, you know?
Right.
Like, No.
I'm not crossing that line
At all.
with my friends. I ain't doing it. No, sir. Okay, ladies. How do y'all tell your man or a man that he isn't pleasing you? Are you dropping hints? Are you direct? Like, give me exactly what you would say.
Yikes. It's kind of hard because it can be like
Hurtful.
right? You know? But if I had to tell my man that he isn't pleasing me, being that I'm straightforward, I'd be like, look, babe, you're going to have to step it up. Step it up. Like, what can we do? Like, I'll try to come up with some type of plan that we can execute. Like, something got to shake.
No.
Yeah. But I'll say it in the nicest way, you know?
Okay.
To not
Hurt his feelings.
hurt his feelings.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not in the hurting feelings
Right.
game, and that's a sensitive
That is
thing for a
sensitive.
man. But I don't know if I would just be just blunt just in the beginning.
Right.
I think I would try to like lay hints or,
Same.
try to incorporate new things, and maybe he'll start getting the picture. Or, certain things I may just praise him on more, certain things that I like,
Right.
and hope that he would, the next time
Catch it.
Yeah.
catch it.
Yes.
And then after a couple of times, if you just ain't caught it, then
Right.
we'd have to have
Step it
a conversation
Yeah.
about,
What
like
it
you're
is.
just not
Right.
doing what you need to do. But
Okay. This isn't one of the questions. This is just a question I have. Is bad sex a deal breaker?
Yes.
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 Yes. I think it's okay to say
I think it is because it's such an important part of
a relationship.
a relationship. And
Yeah.
if it's not good, who's to say that you might not step out or go look for otherwise, so I think that is a deal breaker.
So do y'all feel like that's something you can get better at? As a man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we had the conversation, we talked about it. Now things may change.
Okay.
Now, since we're talking about pleasing, and I know this is kind of off topic, but I know this conversation comes up in debate like all the time. Like, does size matter to you?
So for me, I would rather girth
Right.
over
Same.
size, cause size, but it don't have no girth. It don't do nothing for me. But you got a little girth. You still want a nice little size. Let me drink too. You still want a nice size, but if I had to pick, I would rather the girth over the size. For me. For you too? You too, Kim?
Now, I'm a little girth size, girth length, girth width. Like,
I want a thick.
Yes, because you don't want it too big.
But I
Because
don't
then
want
it'll
it,
be
and that's
full.
you don't want it too big because I've heard, this is just what I've heard. Like,
Yeah.
Some women, like I said, because we talk about this a lot, some women will be like, okay, he can be too big, but he can be short, and then he's chafing me, he's doing all these other things. Like, who wants a big short, or do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. That's true too.
so I just was be wondering, like, what y'all think?
I
Like,
just want it just right.
Me too.
Just right,
Just
right.
right. I don't want no
too big, too little.
elephant
want no-
nose, none of that.
No, that's gross.
It's gross and it's uncomfortable.
Right.
It's,
Right.
I've never had it, but I can
Yeah.
only imagine that it is.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, for me,
They hurt.
Oh, it's on me. Is foreplay necessary for y'all?
yes.
Yes. And for me, I'm going to say it's a moment. Now, I don't need no 45 minutes of foreplay either. Like, me, I want the foreplay. I want that too. But I don't need no 45 minutes of you just
Playing.
No.
Right.
But then you have to work up your way to
Right.
something. You just don't want to lay down and then, you just put this thing in me.
Yeah.
Like, who wants that?
Right.
Like,
Right.
get up.
Right.
But you do want that intimacy part.
Right.
Now, I can say there are instances you may just have a spur of the moment
Yes.
where we can't even
That part.
foreplay
Yes.
at all, and we're
Right.
getting straight to the point.
Right.
So
Yes.
it just depends on situation,
Yes.
time, and what I'm in the mood for. But I do think that it's important.
I
It
agree.
is.
Just maybe not for every situation,
Right.
but it's important.
Right.
I agree. I think you answered that for us too.
Yeah, because it's really, the vibe could be set and you just want to.
If I just want it, I don't need all that.
Right.
I have a friend, and she say that's all he want to do.
It's just
foreplay?
foreplay.
Foreplay. Like,
that's it?
And that's it. She say he loves just oral sex on her. And that's all he wants to do.
Yeah.
Some guys are like that.
Yeah.
Some guys are like that, but for me, that may be like a little bit of a red flag. Maybe you trying to overcompensate for something else. Like, I don't know.
But
then some men really
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, if you about to do an hour, don't expect me to do no hour. Like,
Period.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I agree.
Okay. Has there ever been a time when you were with a guy and felt like you wasn't pleasing him sexually? If so, what were some things that you did to spice it up? So now it's on you.
Okay, so I don't feel like there's ever been a time.
You just think you just that.
I know I'm that.
Okay.
I know I'm that.
No, I'm messing with you.
As we all should know.
Yes.
Okay.
However, I do think with Phoenix and Clover's dad, like, you've never been married. Right. We have. Like, when you have kids into it, I wouldn't say there wasn't a time like when it would happen, it was very pleasing. However, kids get into the mix and it happens less. Yes. So for me, it became like more aware of like, it started to feel like it was a job and it shouldn't, because it was like, okay, my kids are taken care of, now I need to take care of my man. Right. So I think for me, there had to be a conversation in place like, listen, I know you lacking because I'm lacking too, but I need help on this end so that I can give you what it is that you're missing.
And I feel like a lot of men don't understand that. Like, when a woman says she's tired, like, she's really tired.
Really tired.
And once you have kids, that whole dynamic changed, because back in the beginning, you know, you in the bed with your man, he roll you over, you like, oh, we about to do this. But then you have kids and all this other stuff factor, and he roll you over, you like, oh, I'm tired. Why you wake me up?
Yes.
Like, you know, that type of thing.
Yes.
So when you have kids, you have to learn to have that conversation.
Right. Yes.
Like, what do we need to do different to try to, you know, keep each other satisfied? And I know for me, I can't sit here and say like the actual sex isn't like pleasing him, but like you said, it's the consistency and the amount of, you know.
Right.
So I may not be pleasing him enough because of all this other stuff that I'm doing throughout the day. And when I say I'm tired, I'm really tired.
Right.
I'm not just saying that because I don't want to have sex with you.
Yes.
It's just because I'm tired.
Right.
If you saw my day, you would know that I'm tired.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't be wanting to have an attitude when you waking me up, but I'm really tired.
I'm really tired.
Like, I'm doing what you do and then some.
Exactly.
That's a job.
It's really a job
It's a job.
that people don't talk about.
Right.
No.
So
That's
that
a
would
whole
be
nother-
my
Yeah, that's good.
my story.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, for me, I think, you know, I'm a pleaser, but I'm not the foreplay type of person as far as like giving fellatio. That was never my thing. But I'm getting older now, so it's like, girl, come on, you need to learn how to do. So I'm kind of like, trying to step it up in that area.
Okay.
But everybody is not getting it.
No. I have a friend and she's married and she says she's never,
Ever?
her husband, like gave him oral sex.
That was never my
But
thing.
that's strange to me when you're married.
When you're married.
Like,
Okay,
you
yeah, when you're
should want
married.
to explore everything
Everything,
with
right.
your husband. Like, that's just something you should just want to do. So I just didn't understand that, and I'm understanding like why he wouldn't be
Feeling away.
But
feeling a certain type of
also-
way.
Okay, because like you ladies have been married and are married. For me, it's like I don't want to put my mouth on every penis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if I put my mouth on you, I really like you.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree. Now let's be fair.
Okay.
Like, I think it's nastier for men to give oral than for
But
women.
they choose to do that.
I'm just saying what I think is nastier because
yeah.
I think a coochie is nastier than a penis.
Not the coochie.
Well, whatever. I'm trying to be, I think it's just, you know, so if a man is doing that as soon as you meet me, then I'm looking at you sideways like that means
You be putting your mouth on
you putting your mouth
anybody.
on anything.
Yeah.
And I ain't putting my
Because
mouth on
I'm only putting my mouth
Period.
on you if I genuinely love you and care
you
for
or
you. So
like
for
you,
you
yeah.
just to be just out here just come on now.
Yeah.
Putting your mouth on every.
Yes. And not the first time. Like,
Right.
even if that's what you like to do, just hold off a little bit. I'm giving y'all a little game. Just hold off a little bit.
Right.
Don't show you nasty. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. So I have a question. Are you guys tossing salads? Do you like your... Okay, it's a two-part question. Are you tossing the salad, and do you like your salad tossed?
Okay.
Do you know what it means? Tell us what it means to have your salad
Okay.
tossed.
Before I answer that, let me give the definition. Giving anal sex with your tongue, rimming the outer area of the anus, poking and prodding in the anal area with one's tongue. Yikes.
Do you like it?
I like receiving it.
So you like your salad tossed?
I like my salad tossed.
Period. Toss that salad.
What was
baby.
the other question?
Eat them groceries.
Am I tossing?
Are you tossing salads?
I'm not against it, right?
Okay.
I haven't done it,
Okay.
but when I get in a marriage or a serious relationship, I may consider it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it more acceptable if you're married to do it?
That's a
I'm
good
not
question.
finna toss no salad.
No, I'm just saying, but you could be with somebody for a long, like 2 years, and y'all in a committed relationship. So you're saying you're not gonna do it unless it's your husband, or I'm just saying, like,
I feel like once I step over to the marriage side, I'm open
to
to
anything.
anything.
So you saying the marriage is like, because
Yeah, because
I agree. I think
'Cause
when
to-
you're married,
yeah,
everything
like-
should be wide
I agree.
open.
I'm
you
not
know?
giving a person all of me, every side
Absolutely.
of me, until I
Absolutely.
tell on the other side.
But you're saying that tossed salad is one of those.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I just was asking, like when you're married, is there any like
Yeah.
boundaries I'm putting on this, or you're
Right.
just like, it's whatever.
It's
This
free
is my
game.
yeah.
Right. What about you?
I mean, I'm a lady in the streets. I will never say what I won't do, and I ain't gonna tell y'all what I have done or will do.
Right.
But I'm very open. I'm very free. Who y'all see right now and who y'all will see then is not the same person. So that's my answer. I like my salad tossed too. I don't think it's.
Nothing
it
is
what
wrong
it
with
is.
It is what it is. I mean, and we're in a world today where
Right.
sex is just.
It's just.
It's not like back in the day. This was like taboo, and I know for me because I'm older than y'all, it was like even oral sex was like, ugh. But now it's like, okay,
Right.
who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so times have changed, and I just, to each his own. If that's what you like, that's what you
Yeah.
like. I just feel like just keep it in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Whatever you do in the
I agree.
bedroom, that's
it
on
there.
you.
That's
Right.
Keep it there.
Yeah.
That's just me. Like, and
And that's
Be-
her answer to
that's
having
my
her
answer to that.
salad tossed and salad. Okay.
whew, this conversation here is just getting a little spicy and had a lot of sass. But I'm going to kick it up even more.
Okay.
They say studies, according to studies, this is just not me, Candy, making this up, that women use toys when their man isn't around. Are y'all into toys? Do y'all like toys?
I like
I
toys.
love toys.
I love toys.
I love
I
toys.
love toys. Matter of fact,
I love toys. I was celibate for 3 years, and so I was kind of committed to the toy, like
Okay.
pleasing myself. Like I learned how to please myself and
You
my
learned your
celibacy,
body. Which is important.
So I love the toys. I feel like you can even use toys during sex.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like to spice it up a little bit.
yeah.
You know?
I like toys. I know a lot of guys are against the rose.
Love the rose.
Love my rose.
I love the rose too.
I stand
Yes.
beside the rose.
Rose captain, okay? I like toys by myself or with whomever I'm sleeping with as well. I'm open.
Same.
So, yeah.
Me, I don't know. I feel I guess I'm a little weird. Like I like toys, but then I don't know why I prefer to use a toy with, when we're in the sex. Because when I'm by myself, I mean, I like it,
Right.
but then afterwards, for whatever reason, I feel guilty. Like, what the hell? Like I feel so guilty after the fact. Like I just, did something bad or something. I don't know why. It's just so weird. Like, I don't know if it's because sometimes, like when I first started using toys, I would like have to watch porn. It's weird. Like just
Really?
yes, because I'm kind of reserved, but then, you know what I'm saying? So
you're conservative.
I'm conservative,
bed.
but then I'm not. Now,
Right.
don't let me, you know.
Yes, yeah.
But once I'm with you, then I'm with you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then that conservative goes away.
Right,
but
right.
in the beginning, I am conservative. And I was like, oh, Lord, why am I, you know, like, let me put this thing away.
But
you know, but
I feel like I told you that before. I can't watch porn.
Yeah.
I
I don't like to. That's the only time.
It's not for
nothing
me.
No,
for me.
it's not.
It's disgusting to me, honestly.
Right.
And it makes me feel guilty.
I think that's what it is for
Porn
me.
does.
Porn does.
Porn.
Yes, I'm not.
Maybe
That
it's the
does.
whole, like I said, for me, like when I first started using my, like I don't have to now.
Right.
But when I first started
You had to-
using, I had
yes.
to watch it because I was just like, this not right. You know, in my head. But then
Yeah.
I felt like if I watch porn and if I drank some wine, then I'm just frisky candy, you know. But now I don't need it. But maybe it was the porn that just, I was just like, oh my God. Because I hate porn. Like, it's just so cheesy. I just hate it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
wrote to make my own
stupid.
video.
Gosh.
Okay, so let's rewind to years ago. What's that Betty Wright song? Is it Betty Wright?
After the
Yeah, no,
No.
not that
Which one?
Her first time. To my very first time. Okay, so
Okay.
let's go back to your very first time. What was that like? Where was it? I'll go first.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. First of all, ooh. Oh my God, looking back, I was so stupid.
We are.
Oh my God, I deserve so much better. But my first time was at my friend's recital. I was in high school. It was at my friend's recital at the Julie Rogers Theater in a dressing room. On the floor with my high school sweetheart, and I got carpet burn on my back. And it was not what it should have been. But it was that. It was not what it should have been.
My first time was so emotional.
Mine was not.
I cried because I felt convicted. Like I felt like I did something because I was sneaking around, you know. Like my mom was strict, so I had snuck my boyfriend in. He was a little older than me, and it was like I'm crying. I'm like, why am I crying like a baby, you know? And he was asking me like, "Are you okay? Like, are you ready?" And I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, what is this, you know? So mine was a little emotional. I was a little baby because I was scary. Yeah. So. Yeah.
I was scared too. The one word I would use was like awkward.
Very.
It was
awkward.
so awkward. I was young. He was older than me.
Same.
Parents are strict too, so we would always go spend a night at a friend's house who we knew.
Right.
Her dad wasn't really paying attention to what we were doing, so it was that night and we snuck him in. You know, we all had our little friends, and I don't know if I wanted to, but I wasn't peer pressured into doing
Right.
it, but it was like I felt like everybody was doing it. So I was like, let me go ahead and see what this is about. So get there, like I made sure the room was pitch black because I was like, I don't want him to see my body. It just was just so awkward. We were on the floor and I was just like in my head scared, like, am I supposed to move like this? Am I supposed to make this noise? Like, what am I supposed
What
to
am I
do?
supposed
Because
to
he
do?
was older. I didn't want him to,
Right.
you know, think that I was just this little kid who just was.
Yeah.
So it was just the most awkward thing ever
Yeah.
just for me. So I just,
Mine was awkward.
if I could go back, I just would
Same.
have not, because it just wasn't right. It just, you know,
Right.
some people be like, you remember that. I just remember it being awkward for me.
I remember the day.
And then, like you said, like trying to everybody else around me, that's what they were doing. And then their parents wasn't as strict as mine. They could have guys
Yeah.
over. So I'm like, okay, I want to be cool too.
Right?
But that was, if I knew then what I know now, I would.
I would have waited and had a
Same.
different experience,
Yes,
not on my friend's floor. Is what
Right.
I'm saying. It just would have been. a different experience. Like sneaking around on somebody's floor just wasn't.
Right.
It was
Because
nice.
I was really risking my life.
Me too.
Like, my
we use
parents were
protection.
asleep. No,
Janita, baby.
What? No, we use protection too, but it was like my parents were asleep. My mom was not having, I couldn't spend the night at people's house. Right. I couldn't do X, Y, and Z. Like, she was very strict. So me sneaking him in, we was risking our life for sure. Because if she would have caught me, I wouldn't be here today.
That's crazy. 'Cause that first time was just, I mean, I really didn't start enjoying sex, like loving it
Until now.
To college.
until late college. Like, yeah,
Same.
after, yeah. Like, I
Yes.
think I was just doing it just to do it.
I agree.
But I didn't know what it was all about until like late college.
Right.
Okay, so
That's good.
when do you feel like you had your first O?
Ooh.
That's crazy. And that I would say at the age of 28.
28. How old are you right now?
28.
Really?
No, I'm serious. Because like you said, like I was just having sex just to do it.
Just to do it.
Now that I know my body,
Right.
like I'm confident in who I am, I know my worth, I know my value. When I have sex, I'm having sex to please me now.
Right.
Whereas
Right.
I thought that was just the thing to do, you know?
Yeah.
So
That's
now-
true. I was in my 20s when I had my first orgasm. Like, I really knew what an orgasm was.
Same.
Like, you know, you just be doing it, you going through the motions. Yeah, I did it. But
Yeah.
when I had that one that I remember and that I still remember, I consider that my first,
Yeah.
like, orgasm.
Yeah.
You know what? And I don't know if this is
No,
a
it's
question,
fine.
but I feel like in my younger days, we did not have that sex talk.
Yeah.
You know? If I feel like if we had the sex talk, I would know what to expect, how to do, you know,
But what could your mom have told you in that sex talk?
That's a good question.
that's a good question.
Because I know we're saying we didn't have the sex talk, but what could they really tell you to really prepare you? I mean, they can tell you, okay, yeah, use protection, this and that, but what can they really tell us unless you experience it for yourself?
Right, but it was always taught, don't have sex before marriage,
Yeah.
right? Like sex was a bad thing.
But I want to say y'all did.
Right.
I want to tell my parents y'all did.
Right. So I think being that it was always looked at as don't do it, it's bad. That's how I was brought up. Like, don't have sex.
Absolutely, me
So I feel like we could have had that conversation, like, you know, do it when you're ready, when you're responsible.
Yeah.
That's true.
Or
Like,
sex is a beautiful thing.
A beautiful thing,
when
like,
you love someone,
Right.
or
Yeah,
it's
something like
special.
that.
Right.
Because I do agree, like you have this negative connotation behind it because it's ingrained in us. Like, this is bad.
Right.
Wait until marriage. Like, I agree with you on that. My mom didn't necessarily do that, but I get what you're saying.
Or if you have sex at an early age, you're hot.
Now that's what my brother said. So my brothers kind of set the tone. I tell that to a lot of people. Like, my brothers shaped who I was because of what they said.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they would be like, I'm gonna find out what type of girl you are if you're not homecoming queen. So for me,
You have to be
homecoming queen was
the thing.
the pretty girl that nobody,
Yes.
you know, the unattainable girl that, you know, blah, 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 blah. Or let me see if you get out of high school and don't get pregnant, you know,
Right.
this or that. So I think it set the tone,
Yes.
like, of how I really am and how, like, I carry myself. Because I didn't want
Right.
them to think I was some hoe or this or
Right.
that, you know. So for me, my brothers kind of shaped me by, you know, creating these fake labels in my head. You know, like, I just knew that I just didn't want to be those labels.
I wish I had brothers, but
I wish I had
older
I wish I had
brothers.
brothers and older brothers
right.
as well.
But I had family. Like, that's what my family instilled. A reputation is hard to get rid of, but it's easy to get. Like, that was always in my mind. Like, you can't do this. You got to move like this. You always have to be modest.
Very true. And
Like-
it's not to say that I'm not walking around here like I'm perfect.
Right.
But I can go back home and 5 different people can sit here and say, I slept with Candace, I slept with... No, nobody
Nah.
can sit there and say that.
I'm big
Right,
on that.
same.
And
Ooh,
I'm for real
big on
about that.
Same.
I'm not trying to have no long list
Right.
of people I done slept with.
Right.
You know what I'm
Same.
saying? I just...
Right.
People can't say that.
Right.
And I
I am-
hold that
that carries weight.
It
with me.
carries
So much
weight.
It does. Can't
No.
just anybody
Say they had me.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I agree.
Only a handful. Okay, one hand.
Right.
Literally.
Okay.
I'm big on that. But I also I feel like now, like in my 20s, because of everything we just said, like I'm finally in a place where I'm comfortable with my sexuality.
Yes.
That's good.
I used to struggle with like, am I showing too much? Like, what is this giving
Oh,
off?
my God.
Because I was so worried about like, how are people going to perceive me?
Yes.
Am I coming off as hot? Like I'm a mom. This too much cleavage. I got big boobs. Now I don't care.
At all.
I'm fine with being sexy. I'm fine with being sensual. I'm fine with all of that now at almost 28.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay.
So you-
Do y'all think everyone go through the whole phase?
Okay. So for definition, whole phase is a phase in your life that occurs frequently when you are fine with exploring promiscuous activities and connecting with random people. These activities do not always end in sex, but they can lead to it. You have a high tendency to dance provocatively with strangers, be a tease in social settings, flirt nonstop, kiss and or make out with others, and get caught up in the moment.
I had a phase. Now I don't know if I want to call it a whole phase or whatever, but
Right.
some of this stuff fall into it because I wasn't
Yes.
sleeping with a lot of people.
Right.
Now I've always been the type. I've always been like in long relationships. I didn't date a whole lot of people. I dated my high school sweetheart. You know, I just didn't date a whole lot of people. We dated even after college. So once I broke up with him, and I was with him for like 10 years. So once I broke up with him, that's when I went through this phase, like, you know, I'm going out more, I'm dressing a little bit
Being free.
sexier, you know, I'm dating, I'm saying dating this guy, dating that guy, you know, I had a little,
Right.
you know, in my little rotating, you know, so, and I felt okay.
Right.
Because I was like, this is stuff that I was missing because I
Right.
was with
You're supposed
this
to
one guy, you know, for so long. And that's all I knew.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a good thing. I got to learn who Candace was, what she liked, you know, the type of man, how I want to be treated, you know, because I was being treated a certain way.
Right.
So being out in this phase, I met new things. I was introduced to new things that I liked. And I kind of like found myself like, and I like that girl, you
Right.
know?
I agree.
So I think I went through a phase and it was fun.
Yeah, I agree. Nothing is wrong with the phase.
Nothing.
Be free. You know, I feel like I'm living in the phase right now, just freely living for me, living life on my terms. So, definitely, I think
Yes, you
every woman
should.
should go through.
I
some
think
kind
you
of
should.
phase.
I think you
agree.
should, especially
Seriously.
before you get married. So you're not going through the
Right.
phase when you're married. So go through it before
Go
you get
through
married. Because
it.
that's when
I
I
agree.
met my husband during that phase.
Right.
And it was just so weird because I had, like I said, I like to be in relationships. And there was this one guy that I was like, oh, that's who I want to spend the rest of my life with. That stuff messed up. He was acting stupid that day. Behold, that's the night I met TJ. So I'm just saying, you just never
Right,
know
you
when you
never
go
know.
through these phases, like how stuff turns out. Like, so I was happy with my little
Right.
whole phase.
And like you said, you're not sleeping with everybody.
Exactly.
But that's people
A lot of people
think
equate
that, like,
dating to sleeping
Sex.
with.
Sleeping
Yes,
with-
and that's not what it is.
at all.
Because we're in such a sex crave world. Like everything has to be sex.
Sex.
Or just because I'm with somebody doesn't mean, like you can see people and they be like, oh, they sleeping together. They could just be out having dinner. You just
Exactly.
don't even know. That doesn't mean that they're just having sex.
Right.
But everything equates to sex.
And I think nowadays people don't know how to date.
True.
You know,
So what is like your idea of like dating?
kind of like the definition.
What is the definition?
You just said. I'm just saying, like, be free. Like, you can date this person, that person, get to know them. You can kiss them. You can be in the moment.
In the
with
moment.
whomever you choose to be with. You know what I'm saying? That's me personally. That's my
So
take
you
on it.
kissing everybody you dating?
You're not kissing everybody. Hell no.
I'm just asking.
Can I cuss?
Yeah, you can cuss.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, hell no. Because I'm not. That's germs.
I agree.
Kissing is almost more intimate than sex.
Sex.
It is.
Your mouth is like, ugh, you know.
Nah. But just being free, like you can date whoever you want to date. Go out to eat as much as you want to go out to eat. You can travel with that person. You don't have to be committed to that one person. You're dating. It's a difference between dating and courting.
Okay, so since you're dating, let me ask you this. Do you think there's a time frame on when someone should have sex? Like if I meet you and you want to have sex with that person, is that okay? Does that make you a hoe because you have sex with the person on the first night? Are you one that feels like, okay, I got this 90-day rule? You know, like how do you feel about?
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I used to feel like that. Like, if you have sex too fast, like, oh, like, because that goes back to childhood. Like, you were taught to move a certain way. So I'm like, okay, I want to reserve myself, save myself. But now, no. If I want to have sex with you on my terms and I want to, I'm gonna do it. Like, I feel like you know when you meet a person if you want to.
Especially women. And I feel like at a certain age, it doesn't matter. Like if I'm grown and I want to have sex with you, then I want to have sex with you. Like I don't have to put a stipulation on whether it's 10 days, whether it's, because like you said, most women, you know if you're going to sleep with that man.
Yeah.
Like men kind of just, you know, whatever. But we know.
But I also think we were taught if you're easy, they're not gonna ever be with you. But I think now, like in adulthood, you realize like you can sleep with this person on the first night and then be married 2 years later.
Absolutely,
it doesn't matter.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
I would say for me, if I met someone and I know I want to sleep with them on the first night, as long as like you said, it's my choice, then I'm about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But sex is important, right? It's very important, and you can't really just have sex with everyone because you have different soul ties and different type of things. You don't want different energies like entering in. So I do feel like you have to choose wisely who you want to be sexual with. But hey, if I want a bone, I'm gonna bone. Period.
Bone. I hadn't heard that one either.
This isn't on here, but okay. So, what advice would you give your, let's go to 18, 21-year-old self?
Regarding sex?
Regarding sex, relationships, all of that.
I would tell my 18-year-old self to be smart about who you even lay down with.
Yes.
Because when you sleep with somebody, you have the potential to be tied to that person for the rest of your life. Yes. So be smart about who you sleep with, because this could be the one that could be my baby daddy that I'm stuck with. Yes. So don't get caught up in a moment like, oh, I'm just liking him right now, but really look into that person like, if he really got me pregnant, could this person, and I know that's a lot for an 18-year-old, but the 18-year-olds now, not like the 18-year-olds that I was. So I'm just saying, just be smart about who you're sleeping with. Yeah. Just because he's fine, just because he's got money, doesn't mean that he could possibly be a good father. Because you may potentially be my baby daddy. Yeah. So I just would say, just be smart.
Yeah, be smart. That's good. I would say, know your worth. Right? Because like you said, you need to know who you're laying down with. And sometimes, like we stated previously, like sometimes we lay up with the person because we think that that's the right thing to do. But I don't need just anything entering inside of me. Because we going back to the soul ties and the different auras and energies. I would definitely say know your worth, because then you won't just lay down with X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? You're going to lay down with somebody who you choose to lay down with and be pleased because you want to be pleased. That's just me personally.
Good answers. What about you?
I would tell myself to live. Yeah, that's a good. I feel like I was very safe. On my campus, I slept with only who became my husband. I would live a little more. I would give myself a little more freedom. Yes, that's good. But I would also still be smart, and I would still look into that, but I would slow down and just be in the moment. I rushed. I got married at 21. If I go back, I wouldn't have got married at 21, period. Yeah. So I would just be in the moment and just live like life gets better, sex gets better, everything gets better. Enjoy your girls, like enjoy, be who you want to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Learn yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I would tell myself. Like, girl, learn yourself.
Yes.
Right.
And that's really it.
That's good.
Yeah.
So today's question is from Nina from Atlanta. My boyfriend asked me to join him at a lounge. I went there and it turns out it was a swingers lounge. I was uncomfortable, but I joined. I feel terrible. Should I continue going?
Okay. I have a thought first, Nina. Did you really feel bad? Because if I felt bad, I'm not joining.
Not at all.
I'm not joining. I'm not paying whatever kind of membership it is. So, do you feel bad because you actually liked it? Or do you feel bad because you really didn't like it? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it
And
does.
if you didn't like it, I feel like you should definitely have that conversation
Right.
with your boyfriend and tell them that you felt uncomfortable. But then, like, why would you join
If you didn't
If
like
you
If
it.
you didn't like it.
So are you feeling guilty? Because it's like,
Because you kind of like it.
yeah.
Because you might like it and you're like, oh, but I should like it. Like,
Right.
this
Yeah.
is taboo.
Yeah.
But then you should have
Express that.
expressed that.
Yeah, I
And then he probably should express that too. Like, I'm
That this is
into
what he
swinging.
is.
Like,
Yes,
what you think about this?
Right.
Even if you just don't want to just ask her, kind of put it out there jokingly.
Yeah.
You know, I got some friends, and just see, you
And
know,
what he said.
see what
Yeah.
he say just to get a feel. But I don't know about joining no club, especially if I feel uncomfortable. I'm not doing anything I don't feel comfortable
Same.
about, just period. So if it depends on your reasons for feeling uncomfortable, Nina, like, are you uncomfortable because you liked it and you feel guilty that you like it, or you just really just don't want to be in it? So you need to reevaluate that and figure out why you feel uncomfortable. Because if you just don't want to do it, then get your money back.
Get your money.
Get your money back.
Get your money back.
I think Nina like it. Could y'all be swingers? No?
No.
I don't know what I could.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't know, but
Right,
I
I
know
don't
me. I'm a very jealous type person, and
Same.
I don't know how I can handle seeing him
Or
with somebody else.
Yes.
That's just my thing. Like,
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying anything's wrong
Right,
with it.
right.
I'm saying what
To each
my
his
mind
own.
said it.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Like, and then I'm gonna question, like, when we not in this element, if you're going out still being with this
Right,
woman
yes,
or not.
yes, yes.
Like, and that's when, you know,
I agree.
no.
Same.
So
Same for me.
I just, I'm just a one. person.
One man,
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
penis.
One penis. That's it for me.
So, what's our advice to Nina?
Get your money back.
Get your money back. And,
my advice.
yeah, I'm gonna sip on this.
Get your money back.
Okay.
Whew, that was such a great topic. So, ladies, what made y'all take a sip this week?
I took a sip because I'm big on that.
Big.
If I tell you something, that's for you and you alone. And you don't know if I tell you something, you don't know what I told Candy.
Right.
So if it come up and Candy say something, you play dumb.
Right.
Because you don't know. And
Play
I'm
dumb.
big on that.
Big on playing dumb.
Huge on that.
Big.
What you don't know the dynamic of other people's relationships.
Relationship, that's good.
And I'm also, if you're missing, I'm not using that as free game to promote what I have going on. You know, like if we're really real friends, I should be able to reach out to you and be like, hey, and if I can't reach you, I should be able to reach your man.
Right.
And if I can't reach your man, I should be able to reach your mama. Like if we really real friends, I should be able to have access to you. And if I don't have access to you, then that says a lot. And if you don't have access to me, that says a lot. So that made me take a sip of the week because I take friendships and relationships very seriously. And I'm not going to tell Candy business to anybody. I'm not telling your business to anybody. I'm only telling my business to certain people.
Right.
You shouldn't be sharing people's business.
Business.
At all.
Period.
I've learned my lesson,
Sorry.
whether it's family, whether it's friends.
Right.
If I tell you something, I'm telling you something.
Yeah.
That's not for you to go tell your best friend,
Nope.
your sister, your mother, your
exactly.
husband, or like don't
Exactly.
do that. I'm talking to you in confidence.
Right. It's the clout chasing on social media for me.
Cloud chasing.
Like, why are you trying to get clout from social media?
Or from what I'm going
Oh,
through.
from what I'm going through, like, that's whack.
Yeah, it is. But that's also real life.
That's so
Because people are so quick to be like, they hear your name and it's like, oh, I know this about her.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about me.
You don't know anything
You don't
about
know
me.
anything
Because
about
of
me. You know
social
what
media,
I want
though.
you to know.
Social media, I feel like, plays a huge
A
role.
huge
in
role.
it.
But you just have to play social media for what it
What
is.
it is.
I know I
Exactly.
do.
I do too.
And it amazes me how I can post something on social media and people think automatically that it's pertaining to me.
Exactly.
I made a post the other day talking about, people not, it was just a general thing. So people did, well, who's not happy for you and who you're talking about?
Right.
Who's not happy about your podcast? And I was like, just making a general, they just take social media so literal. I'm only posting what I want you to see.
Exactly.
So me, I'm the type of person, I don't put a lot of my business on social media because people are going to take and pick what they want to
Exactly.
any freaking way from it.
Yeah.
So social media is a good thing,
And a
but
bad
then
thing.
it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like, people stop thinking that it's real on social media.
It's filtered.
It's
It's
filtered.
an app.
It's an
It's the
app.
highlight.
It's a highlights.
And I feel like I made a mistake because y'all know I'm big on social media, sharing a lot.
A lot, yeah.
I didn't keep a little bit for myself, and now
Yes.
that I need a little bit for myself, people in my DMs like, oh, you look sad in your eyes today. What?
God.
Girl, I'm full of joy. Okay.
Right.
What are you
Period.
talking
Right.
about? You know,
Right.
like,
Period.
so I think like moving forward, I will keep a little for myself. And
I'm just so
agree, though.
over social media.
I'm so over
it.
today, I'm just doing this. I wore my ring today.
yeah.
I do not wear my ring, people.
Ever.
I'm allergic to it. I can't even, once I put my ring, people are like, you don't have your ring. Where's your ring?
They make assumptions.
Does TJ know you don't have your ring on? You don't know my business.
No.
I don't wear it because
crazy.
I'm allergic to it. Sometimes I don't wear it because when you do it and you put it like this, people are like, oh, she thinks she's all that. She should. So I just choose to just filter and water everything
Right.
down. And whatever people want to believe, that's
They
what they
can
want to
believe what
believe.
they
Exactly.
So-
or if you remove a picture and we broken up or we're not together, maybe I want to rewear that outfit.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
so.
Like,
You don't know.
You don't know. It
You don't
just,
know.
social media just, oh God, I could drink a whole nother bottle on this. That's why I choose not to post a lot of pics of my kids either, or my husband. Like, because if somebody says something about my kids, it's going to be World War III with me.
period.
So I just choose to keep that stuff just off limits and for me and for my, like I just choose not to share just a lot of things.
Oh, I agree.
Like it's just, it's
Definitely.
crazy. So,
That's a real sip.
oh Jesus, that's a whole nother episode. But on that note, I want to say thank you to everyone for tuning in to Champagne and Cigars. We appreciate you taking the time out to get to know a little bit into the lives of Candy, Tanara, and Joe. So cheers.
Cheers. Another successful.
Cheers.